Good morning and welcome. Today what we're doing is something a little bit different where we are doing a Q&A style video. This video, or training, live training as it were, is all about your questions about how to make money online blogging. We're going to talk about how much bloggers earn, we're going to talk about how to make money blogging, how to get started, what platforms to use, and more importantly, all the questions you have about how to make money blogging. You can type them in the chat box or as a comment below, and we're going to try to answer all of those live here for as long as it takes, probably going to be like an hour and a half or so. So let's go ahead and dive right in. We got a lot of questions that people asked before the call that I'm going to keep a list of here, and we have a lot of questions that are coming in right now. So we're going to dive right in. We're going to go through this. Again, type your questions in the chat box, and our robot cameraman is being funny here. But type your questions in the comment box, and we will answer those as we go along. I think I can lock the... Yeah, there we go. Lock. There we go. So it stays steady. Type your questions as a comment in the chat box or as a comment below. We are going to have notes of this training over at downloadmynotes.com once this video is done and we have the people do the notes and everything like that. And we're going to dive in and go through everything you want to know. Now, we got lots of different sections we're going to go through, from how to get started to ways to make money, different hosting and software that you're going to need to get familiar with, how to get traffic, how to get fast results. Is that even possible? We're going to talk about SEO, how to get your blogs to rank so you can get some of that wonderful free traffic. We're going to go through salesy stuff. How do you put sales stuff on your blog to make money? Should you use AdSense, affiliate offers, ClickBank? What should you be using to be able to make money? We're also going to go through content strategy, off-site traffic methods, domain names, niches, and more. So feel free to type your comments in the box. We're going to go through and take a look at some of these questions that have come up first and foremost. The first one we have here is by Contagious. Contagious says, I'm 25 and I don't know where to start. I have a lot of stress besides financial stress, but I feel like most of it revolves around the issue of money. I have a single mom who done the most she could for me. What can I do for her before I lose her, as I know she doesn't admit it? She's fed up with living in poverty, and so am I. Well, Contagious, what you need to do is you need to focus on a plan to help people that are searching for certain things. You want to go out there and you want to find a topic that people are using that has to do with something that you can make money on, whether it's web hosting, whether it's a financial topic like franchises, or maybe something like saving money, or maybe something like diet or weight loss, and you want to refine that niche in a really simple way. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put together a content strategy. And what a content strategy is going to look like, let's pull his question up here, and we'll show you how to do that content strategy. What you're going to do is you are going to take your main niche and you are going to figure out what people are doing. So if you're out there and you're in a niche like, let's say cameras that actually focus on you, right? This is actually a niche that I found recently. People are looking up these cameras and they're actually pretty expensive, and it's called OBS Bot. So what you could do is you could actually go out there and you could review this stuff. And as you can see, the OBS Bot camera, it gets about 600 people a month searching for it. And it's a pretty expensive camera. I mean, it's not super cheap or anything like that. It's actually pretty expensive. So you go through and you look at it and you're like, okay, cool. This camera we can sell. And they have affiliate offers and different things like that. And you could go out there and get some of this traffic and you could review the product. Now, when you look at this and you say, hey, I want to get out of poverty, or I want to, change my life, or whatever it is, you're going to go through and you're going to say, okay, if I get 600 people a month and the camera costs $120 or whatever it is, right? We're going to go through and we're going to look at that and we're going to be like, okay, good. Now I know exactly what to expect. So if I get 600 people, that's probably going to be, I don't know, it's pretty targeted. So I could probably get, maybe 20 or 30 sales out of that. So if I got 30 sales of a $200 product and I got 10% commission. That would be 20 times 30. That would be about $600 to $1,000 a month. So we got to look at that and say, is that going to be worthwhile? Is that going to be something I want to do? Now, the other option is to go for something that pays more, or maybe even drop ship the product. I'm sure there's a way to drop ship these types of products. And what you want to pay attention to is the fact that this stuff's everywhere. Right? If you look at the top webcams or cameras or whatever, you're going to see that there's so much stuff that you could do. You could do like Logitech. I think that's how you spell it. And you could do like different Logitech model numbers or whatever it is, right? You got all kinds of people searching for this stuff. And the idea here is to be as specific as humanly possible. You want to be super specific, and you want to focus on what people are wanting. You want to focus on the things that are going to make you money. Very, very important. Okay, does that make sense? Cool. And that's kind of what you want to do, is go through and say, hey, this is what I want to do. This is what I expect. These are the keywords that I'm after. Everything like that is what's going to get you to the next level and get you to where you can actually turn a profit. Okay. And again, you know, the first step is go through, get your domain name, go through, get your web hosting. You can do that over at gohubsite.com. Over at gohubsite.com, you can set up your own web hosting right here. Take you a couple of minutes. You would get something like webcamreviewdude.com or webcamreviewguy.com, and you would focus on exactly what these people want and how to help them. And that's really the key to making this work. And then, of course, you're going to go for the keywords that you know you can get, right? As a new blog, you want to go out there and focus on stuff that's preferably less than 10. Like right here, here's Logitech G305. That's a 7, and it's got 35,000 searches a month. You also got this one, which is a 4, and on we go. So there's all kinds of things that you can do that are very specific. If you are struggling and you need to make money, or you want to get something fast, you got to focus on the specific, and you got to focus on exactly what these people want, and you got to put it in front of them. And it's not really that hard to do. All right, so that takes care of Contagious's question. Let's take a look at the next one. Swag YouTuber says, my website post in Google Search Console shows as discovered, currently not indexed. Okay, so what that means that Google knows that your page exists, but they haven't indexed it in the results yet, right? So we have to go through and wait for them to index in the results. Sometimes it could take a week, a month, a day, depending on what you do. What I would do is, if you're new, make sure you subscribe to my channel here, and make sure you watch the video in, I think it's titled Seo Boosters. These are little booster things that you can do to get yourself discovered in the search engine quicker. You could make a YouTube video. You could do a Medium post. You could do something on Quora. You can do things on forums. You can do all kinds of stuff to get people, or get the search engines to pick you up faster. Directory listings, backlinks, all this stuff will get you indexed faster. So if you're discovered but not indexed, then that just means it needs to figure out when to put you in the search engine and where to put you in the search engine. And one of the things you can do to see if you are being indexed is you could go over to google.com and you could put site : and then just put your site like this. And it'll show you if you're indexed, which pages are indexed. And then you can actually click these 3 little dots here, and it'll show you when this was last indexed, everything like that. So we could hit cached, and on cached, you're going to see this was last indexed on March 16 at, I don't know, 8 o'clock or something like that, whatever military time is there, right? And you could actually see which pages are there. And then if you do site : you know, whatever your site is, and then you say something like pay-per-click, you could find the different posts that you have about pay-per-click. So it makes it really easy to see what's indexed and what's showing up. And then, of course, if you're looking at something and you're like, hey, I put this post up for cheap traffic, you know, am I ranking? What you'd want to do is search for it in quotes and see if it comes up. And if it comes up in quotes, then you'll know, hey, it's indexed, and they are kind of looking at it. And then you can kind of see what's going on from there. But using site : is one of the best ways to go through and make it work, right? So very simple. We just go through and we're like, hey, this is how it works. Are we indexed? Are we not indexed? What's going on? Okay. So, next question is from Health Advise. Health Advise says, interesting, would a .org domain work? I found a high-ticket niche. However, the domain I wanted is almost $3,000. But Namecheap has a special domain, same domain, but .org. If I use the right keywords, do you think it'll work? I know you say you can't say for sure, but it looks promising. Well, according to the search engines, there's not really a whole lot of difference. The .com is a personal preference. I personally like to have .coms because that's what you remember, right? .com is what you remember, so that's how people are going to get back to your site. If you have to use a .org, that's fine. I've used them several times, and they work pretty well. You know, I mean, every domain starts from nothing, so you just have to go up there and start building it and growing it. Let's take a look at the next one from Sarah. Sarah says, very nice to be fast, but the question is it possible with a new domain that has a low domain ranking? Okay, what she's talking about is like the domain ranking. Does it have backlinks? Is there a lot going on here? My answer to that would be every domain at one point was a new domain. Every domain was a new domain. So everything you see, Google, Yahoo, all these domains at one point were brand new. So can you build from nothing? Yeah, people have done it all the time. People are doing it all the time. I was reading an article last year about this guy who started in November, and by January the following year, he had an authority site, and he was getting like 800,000 visitors a month. Started from nothing, and that was in a competitive niche. It just has to do with, are you willing to do the work? Are you willing to do what it takes to get where you want to go? Are you willing to put in the effort? Now, with that said, obviously, I'm not a fan of like, hey, I want to work all year so that I can maybe make $1 next year. No, I want to do something fast. And that's why we want to pay attention to our keywords and pay attention to what we know we can do. Because if I know I could do something, if I know it'll rank, then it's game over. I just put it up there, it ranks, I get the traffic, and there we go. If it doesn't rank right away, I use the boosters, I get it to rank right away. And you have to focus on being very strategic and very deliberate. Very important. So we want to go through and we want to look at that. Next up, we have a question from Clifton. Clifton says, what is the keyword research tool that you use? I spend way more than I'd like to admit on keyword tools every month. I use Ahrefs, Key Search, Mangools. I use SEMrush, tons of them. We go through those in my courses. There's actually a course that we're talking about today, which will help you get started with blogging and making money online. It's a really inexpensive barrier of entry course. I put it together so that people could get started with my stuff, because I know up until now you're like, hey, Marcus, your training's awesome, but it's expensive. So what we did is after 11 years, I brought back the Blog Profit Network, which you could get started. I think it's like $127 and then $37 a month. And what we do is we focus on the personal touch. I'll talk to you about that more throughout this call, but in that course, every Tuesday we have a call like this, but it's a little bit different because on those calls I could actually bring up your sites and go through what your struggles are, give you a plan, go through my keyword research tools in detail and everything like that. So if you're interested in that, there's probably going to be something that flashes up on the screen down there that says blogprofitnetwork.com. That's where you can go and sign up. You can cancel whenever you want. It's kind of like a, you want it or you don't. You want to learn how to do this stuff. We're there every Tuesday helping you out for 2 hours, and you just ask whatever you want. You can show us your progress, everything like that. Okay, CJ Cook says, so you would need to be an affiliate first before making these blogs, correct? No, you could make a blog just for the sake of making a blog. You don't have to be an affiliate first. It is a good idea to figure out like what the offers are, because I want to know how I'm making money before I start. Like before I even, put pen to paper or keyboard to blog, so to speak, I want to know how I'm making money, and I want to know what's going to happen. So when I look at this, and I'm going to answer this the long way, when I look at this, I'm going to go through these keywords, and I'm going to try to find out what I can do. Let me give you an example here. Let's say I'm going to go for something like maybe I'm going to go for, let's do spreadsheet. Right? What kind of spreadsheets do people want? And we go through and we look at something like spreadsheet, okay? I'm going to look at these keywords and I'm going to see, okay, there's some that aren't that competitive. Inventory, how to make a spreadsheet, spreadsheet templates. We have something about a clone hero, budgeting spreadsheet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at this and say, okay, if I'm going for like budget spreadsheet, okay, I want to look at this word and I want to understand how I'm going to make money. So I'm going to go over to like OfferVault, ClickBank, stuff like that. I'm going to think in my brain, okay, I could probably do like loans. I could probably do accounting software, maybe tax stuff. So right out of the get-go, I'm going to know how I'm going to make money with this. And then when I set it up, I'll know each keyword, how it works, right? I'll be like, okay, wedding budget spreadsheet. I'm going to promote a credit card that rewards people who have weddings or something like that. Or I'm going to find whatever it is that's going to help these people. So every keyword I tackle has a different approach. Obviously, with personal budget spreadsheet, that's going to be different than wedding budget spreadsheet. So we're going to go through and we're going to get that traffic and really focus on, okay, now what? So when you say, do you need to be an affiliate first? Well, technically, no, but it is a good idea. Like if you're looking at making money blogging and not just blogging because you like blogging, then you need to find your offers before you start. All right, let's see here. Digital Marketpreneur says, great video, man. I wanted to ask about backlinks. Will that be part of the strategy with creating content on a niche like this? And I believe he was referring to the niche we went over yesterday, which was the merchant account niche, which is pretty competitive, right? Like if you look at the keywords for merchant account, right, like this, you're going to see it's pretty competitive. So there will need to be a big strategy here. Which probably would include backlinks, or at bare minimum, you would want your boosters, right? And your boosters are like Medium, YouTube, whatever it is. And your content strategy is going to need to focus on these different things and being very deliberate. All right, next question. Michael Green says, roughly how many articles do you need to start one of these content sites to see if it's worth going all in on? Well, if you get the right keyword, you could start with one. Right? Like if you get a zinger where it's like, hey, you know what? How to accept credit card payments without a merchant account. Let's say that's a word that I can get and I get it right away. I could put a post on Medium. I could make a blog post. I could probably rank for that pretty quickly. And then I know based on the numbers, like they want a merchant account, which pays a lot. There's 300 people a month that are searching for that, plus subcategory words. What are the odds of me making a couple $100s a month with that post? Well, if I do it right, the odds are pretty good. Now, disclaimer, results not typical, implied, or guaranteed. Most people trying to do this stuff make nothing, but I think you can understand, right? We're all like, we all know what's going on here. It's not hidden. It's like 300 people. We got this money. How are we going to get it? And when you look at it realistically, that's what my trainings are about. And if you're tired of all the fluff, and you're tired of people lying to you or telling you stupid things that don't work, then what you want to do is start getting deliberate. Start understanding exactly what it is that makes this stuff work. Because it's not hard. It's not like rocket science. You just got to go do it, and you got to do it deliberately, and you got to be willing to roll with the punches. Maybe I put up a post and it doesn't work right away. Okay, well, I did the work to write the post, so I might as well tweak it and figure out how to make it work, right? Or a video. I make a video, make 20 videos. Maybe one does really well. Maybe 19 do okay. Okay, I'm banking on the one that does well. And I go through and I do my content strategy. And over time, we look at it and say, what is this worth to me? What is 100 views worth to me? What is 100 people clicking on my website worth to me? What is 100 people clicking ads worth to me? What is this worth to me? Now, that's going to be different for each person. Like, I can't come to you and say, hey, you know, this word will make you rich, because rich is subjective. Rich might look different to you than it does to me or to the guy down the road. And we got to look at that and say, well, is it worth it to me to make a blog post, spend all day and make a blog post to make $1 a day every day? Well, I have to judge that for myself. Because if I look at that and I make the blog post that makes $1 a day every day, right, and I focus on that, then I could look at it and say, okay, now I just did something, I did work today that is now going to make me $365 a year. for what I did today. And then when you look at that, that's how you're going to focus and that's how you're going to grow. But you got to be very specific about how this stuff works. All right, let's see here. We got another question from Chon. She says, if we are not experts in this domain or this niche, where can we go to get these posts written? Well, I like to use content writers to start me off. Remember, content writers are not perfect. If you're outsourcing, you're basically hiring someone, right? If you could hire someone to just make you money all day, they wouldn't need a job because they'd know how to make money all day. It's your job to know how to make money. So places I like to go are iWriter, hirewriters.com, different stuff like that. Those are going to work really, really well for you. Okay. Hopefully our cameraman decides to like actually focus the right way. I don't know. We'll see here. Let's see if we can fix this. Maybe that'll be a little bit better. All right. So let's go to some of these live questions here. All right. A lot of live questions coming in. Deji says, hi, Marcus. One question. Any advice on minimum length of blogs? Some say 2,000 words. Others say 500. Well, again, that's going to base on the competition, right? So like some keywords, you could go out there and you could get traffic super easy, right? Like I think I have, let me see if I can find it here. I think there was a post I did as a joke, and I did it for cheesy gordita crunch calories. And I believe we rank on like the 3rd or 4th page of Google. And I want to show you something very important because this will show you, hey, look, this is how it works. And this is a real world example of how this works. So if we do cheesy gordita crunch calories, it might have changed because I changed it up a little bit. But I think we were like page 4 or something. There's a medium guy, so you know medium ranks there. Let's see. There it is. Okay, so page 5, right? Here we are. And I want you to pay attention to this because cheesy gordita crunch calories, right? We look at this and we're like, okay, he ranks number 5 on page 5. Okay, but I want you to look at this. There's nothing on this blog post. There's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 words. Literally 8 words on this blog post and it ranks. Why did that happen? Is it because I had 8 words and that's the magic number? No. It happened because the competition is pretty non-existent. Now, there is a little bit of competition, so I would need some content, which is why I outsourced an article about the cheesy gordita crunch. But we have to look at this and say, okay, when I do this, what do I need? Now, there's other stuff, like if I go to Google and I do free ad forum, okay? For free ad forum, we rank number 4, I think it is. Okay, now this one took a little bit more content, right? I had to make some content. I think this is like 900 words or 1,000 words or something like that. So we got to look at that and we got to focus and say, okay, well, what is it that I'm exactly going to need and how is that going to work? Okay, does that make sense to everyone? Cool. All right, other questions coming in. Will this video be available to watch again later? Yes, it will be archived on YouTube as soon as it's done. Jim, would you consider using Pinterest as a traffic method for your blog? Absolutely, where it makes sense, right? So if I'm going out there and I'm like, okay, budget spreadsheet, okay? And I do this in Google, budget spreadsheet. If I see images come up, so see how all these images come up? This is a niche that would be great for Pinterest. Pinterest is probably going to be one of these results down here. At least page 2 or 3, it should show up because it is an image-based one. So we go through and we're like, okay, yeah, Pinterest would be a good one for this because it's showing up, right? If it wasn't showing up, if it wasn't image-based, then it probably wouldn't work. And you might even want to consider doing a budget spreadsheet on Etsy or something like that. I mean, pretty cool, right? So you got to get creative with it. And it's not one size fits all. It's if it works. All right. Now, if I'm going for double lift, which is a magician's term for cards, it's like a card trick. Okay. If I do double lift, now I see videos. So what's my strategy going to be on this one? Well, it's going to be videos, right? So we're going to go through and we're going to be like, yes, this is what's going to work for us. Okay. Very important. All right, so that's a good question there. Let's take a next one. Being new, being what to do online. I don't know. You can do whatever you want online. I don't know how to answer that. Alex, can you make different niche blogs under the same domain, or should you have one domain for each niche? Good question. I'm a big fan of one domain for each niche. Like, don't separate it. Don't confuse the search engines. Make it all tidy. Now, with that said, if you go to gohubsite.com, you could start your first blog in literally like 15 minutes. And if you do it according to the instructions, they're going to give you a domain name free for signing up. As of recording this, that might be changed if you're watching the replay. But as of recording this, they're going to give you a domain free. And then you can have as many sites as you want on one account. So I pay like $5-6 a month, and every new domain I add, all I have to do is pay, a couple bucks for the domain, and the hosting is still $5 a month for 100 sites. Well, Marcus, what if you put 200 sites? Still $5 a month, right? It doesn't change. So get a domain for each niche. That's the best way to go. Okay. Hey, Marcus, is buying an email list a good idea for start? Depends on what you mean by buying a list. Back in 2008, I bought my mailing list for $250,000. Now, did I just go to someone and buy a list? No. I went to Google, I ran ads, and I got those ads to opt in. That's what I did. So technically, I was buying a list. Should you buy an email list from someone else? Probably not. You're going to run into all kinds of problems with, hey, they didn't opt into your list. Or did I get a junk list? Or is the guy ripping me off? The best thing to do is buy an ad in someone else's list. That way, there's not that much risk, and you could buy an ad, get them to opt into yours. Now you know they opted into you, and you're good to go. Okay. Health advice. So do we need a combination of long tail and short keywords? No. You need keywords that are low competition. Like, it doesn't matter to me. Like, long tail, short tail, no tail, whatever, does not matter to me. What matters to me is what's the competition like. It's all that matters. Let's see here. Health says they suggest the longer the keyword, the more buyer-centric they are. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. How many calories in a cheesy gordita crunch? That's pretty long. Are they looking to buy a cheesy gordita crunch, and can I sell them one online? No. So that doesn't really work. Long tail doesn't really judge anything. It's just a long keyword. That's all it is. Long, short, it doesn't matter. We need to get away from these ideas that other marketers have put in our brain. Like, people told me I needed a buyer market. Had I listened to them, I would have missed out on like $2 million. Because they were like, you need a buyer market. Got to have buyers. And I'm like, I'm going to give away happy faces. And I did. And I made money. So there's lots of ways to make money. And the gurus don't always have the right advice. Because, I've been doing this 21 years. There's still stuff I learn. There's still like some kid will come up and be like, hey, I did this stuff on TikTok. I'm kicking butt. And I'm like, I don't know anything about TikTok. Let's listen to what the kid has to say, or whatever it is, right? So there's stuff you can learn, but there's also a flip side, because the problem with our industry is the minute someone starts making a little bit of money, they think they're an expert, and everyone else thinks they're an expert. This is the silliest thing in the world. Like, I remember years ago, I was watching the news, and they were asking Britney Spears what she thought about like some, economic decline. And I'm like, why the hell are we asking a singer what she cares about this? But this is what people do online. They're like, well, this guy made $1 with drop shipping. He must know everything. No, nobody knows everything. I don't know everything. I know a lot about blogging. I've been doing it a long time. Know a little bit about YouTube. I know a little bit about other stuff. And we go through and we learn and we focus. But we got to get out of our head that everyone always has the right answer if they have a fancy car or flashy bank accounts or whatever it is. Because you know what? Some people just get lucky. You got to admit, in this business, sometimes there's just luck. Now, can luck translate to you? No, it's luck. That'd be like me buying a lottery ticket, winning, and selling a course on how I won the lottery. It's going to be the biggest BS course on the face of the earth, because I don't know how I won the lottery. I went there and I got my cigars and I got a lottery ticket and I won. It was luck. Okay? So we got to focus on that. And a lot of people that are talking about, long tail, short tail, this many words, that many words, they are talking out of places you should not talk out of because they really don't know. And what it does is it damages people's ideas of what happens when in actuality you just need to go test stuff. All right, that was a long answer to a short question, but hopefully it helped you. Okay. As a new one, please tell how to start online, which is a smooth way. Build a blog, get some traffic, make some money. We'll cover that in more detail, but we'll get to that. Okay. Let's see here. We got health advice. Thank you, Dominic. I was wondering. Okay, that's someone else. Marcus, stop saying we will probably not make it. It destroys our courage. Well, I don't say you probably won't make it. I say most people trying to make money online make zero. The reason I say that is because it's a disclaimer. You're supposed to disclaim if you make a result. If I say I made $10,000 online, then I need to say what the average person gets, right? This is how you could spot marketing that's ethical or unethical, because most people don't have this. They don't say it, but the government, the people require it, right? If I say, hey, I made this much, then I need to disclaimer it and say, the average person makes nothing. That's true. I'm not afraid of that stat. I don't care. I'm not the average person. I'm going to go do this. The average person is sitting in front of TV, not doing anything. I'm not average. How many of you guys, is anyone here average? I'm not average. I want to go through, I want to make it work. All right, next up. Okay, where do we go? Hello, Marcus. I'm new online. Best way to earn money. Well, there is no best way, right? People say, oh, it's the best way to make money. Drop shipping, this, that. Best way to make money, find a niche, serve the needs, okay? If you go out there and you say the best way to make money is YouTube or drop shipping or this or that, they're all good. They all work. You can make money on YouTube. People are doing it right now. You can make money on drop shipping. People are doing it right now. SEO, people are doing it right now. Email list, all this stuff works. The issue is you're focusing on the tactic or strategy rather than what you're going to do. You need to focus on what you start here. Start with your keywords and say, what am I going to do? Who am I going to focus on? Okay. Then when you find it, you say, okay, cheesy gordita crunch calories. I could get that traffic, 1,000 people a month. Okay. Now what? Can I drop ship a cheesy gordita crunch? I certainly hope not. That would be just wrong. But maybe there's a CPA affiliate offer. Okay, so decide the method that you're going to make money with after you find your market. If you get this wrong, which most people do, most people get this wrong and they, I'm going to do drop shipping. Really? You're just going to do what are you going to drop ship? Well, I don't know. Ted, the money-making dude on YouTube said, drop shipping's the way to go. Well, if you don't know who you're talking to, you're never going to know what to sell, and drop shipping might not be best, right? In some instances, when I did the gas-powered scooter website, drop shipping was the best. When I did smiley faces, affiliate marketing was the best. When I did membership sites, creating my own stuff was the best. So you have to look at this and you have to understand that there is no one answer to your questions. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, you need to get in the Blog Profit Network, because every Tuesday I'm there and you say, this is my niche, this is my traffic. And there's the link, blogprofitnetwork.com. You go in there, you go to the forum, you learn, you ask questions. You hop on the Tuesday call, you say, hey, I found this niche. What would you do with it? Hey, this is my site. What do you think of it? Hey, I need a new theme. Would you help me out? And literally, it's me. It's not someone I hire. It's me every Tuesday, rain or shine. We're there helping you out, giving you the stuff you need, answering your questions, because there is no one size fits all. I don't know. Someone will come to me and say, is dropshipping best? Well, what market are you in? Weight loss. Well, probably not. Weight loss is probably CPA offers. Well, I'm in the market for, handbags. Okay, yeah, that's probably dropshipping. And if you understand this and you understand the value of having someone there every single week, answering your questions live, diving into your blogs, ripping them apart, showing you what to do, showing you how it works, then blogprofitnetwork.com is the way to go. All right, let's take some other questions here. Can you elaborate on the booster strategy? Yes, the booster strategy is when I find a keyword that's a little too competitive for a new site. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get other sites to boost me up. And the other sites you want to boost you up, like if I'm going for double lift, YouTube would be a booster. I'd make the video, I'd send them to my link. You could go to maybe this community. So here's a forum here. I could put my post there and say, hey, I just made a PDF about how to do the double lift. All right, that would be a booster. Or maybe you could do Medium or a press release. These are all boosters that will boost you up. Okay, Sergey, which of your products do you suggest for a beginner? Simple Sites, Big Profits, or Blog Profit? Go to blogprofitnetwork.com. That's the cheapest, easiest way to start. It's $127 a month, and I think $127 up front, and then $37 a month. And you get my plugins, you get my tools. We'll give you a demo of the members area here in a minute. Start there, and then get discounts on the other stuff, because as a member, you get discounts, which is pretty cool. Okay, and that's at, you could just go over to blogprofitnetwork.com right like this, and you'll see the little button you can order, right? You just click here, it's going to show you what you're getting. Click here, and then you just sign up on this page here. We use ClickBank, so it's really easy and everything like that. You can cancel whenever you want. You just go through and you show up. It's all your job is, just show up. And then what's going to happen is you're going to get a login for the forum, and the blog forum looks like this, okay? You're going to go into the blog forum, and we got everything, right? So you go in and you're like, hey, I want to get started. You go to the welcome, and there's start your first blog in 15 minutes, $1,000 fast plan, and you could watch the videos, you can post comments, replies, questions, whatever. And then you could go through, you could see the Tuesday calls. So here on the Tuesday calls, you could watch the replay of the Tuesday call, you can ask questions, and then you could ask questions before the next Tuesday call. So it's very simple, very easy. And then we got tons of blog plugins. These are custom plugins that I use on my blogs. I actually paid over $100,000 to create these for my blogs, and we made them to where you could use them too. It's called the Voodoo Suite, and they got all the plugins there. Blog basic training. This will teach you all the stuff about how to get started, structure, SEO, linking, money reports. You could go in here and download reports. This here is one of my favorite spots, the marketing secrets. These are little tidbit trainings that I do on specific things, like the secret money code training, the checklist training, web basics, press releases. These are killer. I think you're going to find that when you go in here, this is better than courses people are charging $2,000 for. And that's on purpose. My goal is to make this so awesome and so good that you stay forever. Like, I want you to go through, and I want to be the one to help you with this stuff. And then later, if you want to upgrade to like Blog Profit Network or Simple Sites or High Ticket Niche or whatever, you can always do that. But start here. It's cheap. It's easy. You go in there, see if you like it. If you don't like it, you say, I want to cancel, which, I mean, if you don't like money, then you probably won't like it. But if you like making money, you're probably going to love it. And you could get that. The link is down there, blogprofitnetwork.com. Really, really cool. Okay, user 3. I was going to say User 3, I've heard SEO is about making Google think your site is popular with good backlinking. Do you agree? I don't agree with the way that's phrased. That's not what it's about at all. Okay, let me give you a history. For those of you who went to college, I did not. So I had to learn this outside of college, and I learned it through SEO. Here's the deal. When you went to college and you wrote a term paper, how many of you guys wrote a term paper in college? Right? You write your term paper, and you got your term paper that looks like this. Term paper. Okay, now on your term paper, what you had is you had references. Okay, so you'd be like, hey, this term paper is about this, and my resource was, Bob, Jane, Dr. Frank, Sally, whatever. Okay, and you'd have your references. Now, what happened here is Google was a bunch of really smart people, and there's still a bunch of really smart people. And what they did is they said, okay, well, a term paper is kind of like a website, right? So if all these term papers, let's say, this year, there's 1,000 term papers, and they're all referencing Sally, okay? What Google does is they say, wait a minute, all these term papers are about raising elephants. And they all link to Sally. Sally then must be about raising elephants. That's what she's about. That's how backlinks work. That's all it is. If a bunch of sites are saying Marcus's site is about elephants, Google's going to go, hey, this guy must be about elephants. Okay? Now, there's other things as well, because backlinking is what we call off-page SEO. Okay? There's also on-page SEO. All right? For cheesy gordita crunch recipes, do I have any backlinks? Not in that niche. I barely even have any backlinks in my niche. I hate backlinking. That's why I use my boosters. And so when we use this, we want to make our content strategy in a way that works. And if you have content that works, it's going to get in front of people. And that's the important thing. So backlinks, there's this illusion that you could just get as many backlinks and you're going to win. That doesn't work. Google's smarter than that. All right, so what we need to do is have good content, and it helps if people link. Hitesh says, does it take 4 to 5 months to make money from blogging? No. I mean, you could set up a blog today, and you could buy traffic, and you could make money today. Done. Done deal. Right? So that can work that way. I can make a blog, and I could do a YouTube video, and I could get traffic today. I could make a blog, I could do a press release, I could get traffic today. Does it take 4 to 5 months to make money blogging? No, it does not. Do most people take 4 to 5 months? Actually, most people never make money blogging. If you look at the statistics, most people never make money blogging. But there are ways to go through. Like when I got the ranking for the cheesy gordita crunch, it took me like 2 days. Right? I didn't even have content. So it has to do with your strategy. Your strategy is everything. It's everything. That's why you got to join the Blog Profit Network. Get a strategy. Say, Marcus, here's my niche. Here's my site. What's a strategy? And I'll tell you the strategy. I have a sickness where I have to figure out a way to make money if you give me a site. Like when you come to me and you're like, Marcus, here's my site. What would you do? My brain has to think about it. It can't not. All right? It has to. Even with my wife, she'll be searching for like things to buy and she'll come across an ad. I'm like, click that ad. I need to see how he's making money. And she's like, no, I'm trying to buy this thing. And I'm like, no, click the ad. I have to do it. And if she doesn't click it, because sometimes she gets mad at me, I'll go to my computer and I'll be like, okay, I got to see what that ad was about. And that's how I am on the Tuesday calls as I go through and I help you with it. Eddie, is it true that Google puts new sites in a sandbox? If so, how long are you in it? I have heard mixed topics on that. Google says there is no sandbox. I've had new sites get indexed and ranked right away. Okay, so I think it has to do with the amount of content and the keywords you're going for. If I make a brand new blog and I test it out, right? Like double lift elephant Marcus. If I do double lift elephant Marcus, okay, there's no people in quotes. I hope not. I don't know if a double lift elephant Marcus is in anything. No results. So if I made a blog post about double lift elephant Marcus, I should rank in quotes like that. I'll probably rank without quotes like that too. Why? Because there's no competition. My saying is this: if there's only 9 people competing on the first page of Google, what are the odds your site will show up top 10? 100%. When's it going to show up? Probably pretty quick, right? Does that make sense to everyone? I hope you got that, because that should have given you an aha moment that really helps you. Okay. If you're targeting low competition words, that's the key. Like, why go for the big stuff off the bat? People come, I want to rank for weight loss. Really? Yeah, good luck. Get in line. It's not going to happen. Rank for something small, and then maybe eventually you'll get weight loss. But when you get weight loss, you'll probably find out it wasn't all that's cracked up to be. Your other keywords are probably better sellers. And this was something years ago. One of my buddies back then, he was buying search engine packages from me, and I was ranking his site for how to teach parrots to talk. And he was buying ads, and he came to me and he's like, Marcus, your keywords, whatever you did, converts better than the ads I'm buying. And I'm like, yeah, because I do the research. I find this stuff. How many hours do you work per week? Last week, because we were setting up the new Blog Profit Network, probably like 80. A normal week, probably 30. During the summer, I like to work like maybe 10, 20 hours a week. Sushil, thank you, Marcus. Love your style, video, and actions. Awesome. Glad you're here. Health advice. The only thing with Pinterest, in my opinion, is you have to post all the time. Not necessarily. If you're going for search, you don't have to post all the time. Okay. Let's see. Lisa says those Tuesday calls really help. Yeah, they are. I mean, you're literally getting them for like $9 each if you do 37 divided by 4. And you just got to ask yourself, did you get more than $9 of value on this call so far? If you did, this is like a small fraction of what you get on Blog Profit Network. Okay. Willie, being outside the USA, is it better to run behind VPN, virtual private network, as I see most visitors come from my own country, South Africa? Will Google list you on international? Google will list you internationally unless you're doing paid traffic and you specify otherwise. So it doesn't matter where you're at. And you having a VPN is not going to make a difference with your visitors. Like, that's just you. Okay. Mike says, to be successful as an entrepreneur, you have to be good at problem solving, putting in the work, and not giving up. That's why most people don't make money, as Marcus says. And also decision making. I got to make a decision that I'm going to do this, that, or the other thing. That's where people struggle. They're like, I don't make a decision. That's why our high-ticket niches are so popular, because people want me to pick their niche and show them what to do. And I do. I go through every week. We get niches for people, and we help you guys out, because most people just don't want to decide. They don't want to go out there and figure it out. And we try to do that for you. Now, you still have to do the work, obviously, but we'll find the niche, we'll find the offers, and show you what to do. How can a person earn commission on Slideshare? I don't know. I don't use Slideshare. I would just Google Slideshare affiliate program, see if they have an affiliate program. Or if it's like something where you share your slides, then put your affiliate links in your slides. Pretty simple. But get your own domain. That way you're not using an ugly affiliate link. User 3. So if you're not ranking on an easy keyword, should I try to do some backlinking from Medium and social stuff? Yeah. Yeah, because here's the deal. I don't care how I rank. People are like, my blog needs to rank. I don't care. If a YouTube video ranks and I get the traffic, the end result is I want the traffic. That's it. I don't care how I get it, right? I'd like it to be on my blog, and eventually I will get it. But we got to look at that and say, hey, if right now the only way to do it is YouTube or Medium, I'm going to do that. Some niches, I get a lot more traffic in that. Health advice. I don't know if you can answer this. What do I think about Warrior Plus products? Honestly, I haven't seen one that's great. I mean, I haven't looked much, but I think it's kind of like... It's kind of trappy, where it's like, okay, you're going to get in a trap of buying these really cheap things that never end up working. And from what I find, most people promoting that stuff are promoting how to promote that stuff, which I don't like doing. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I don't tell you to promote my stuff. I don't care if you promote my stuff. I'm a marketer. I promote my own stuff. Most people are out there, and it's a big, circle jerk of let's promote each other and whatever. And I don't think that's good for the marketing community. Like, I would rather see you go and promote something in a solid niche, because no one's going to touch it. At the end of the day, if you're like, hey, I'm teaching you how to raise cats, I'm going to have that for a long time. So I think that's really important. Health advice says the product is $20 and promises we will see sales in 24 hours. I don't know how he's going to promise it. I mean, yeah, I can promise that. Like, I could charge you $20 and I could promise you'll get sales. But in the promise, I could be like, yeah, but you have to make 400 YouTube videos in 24 hours. Oh, well, you didn't make them, so you're not... Come on now. I think we're all smarter than a lot of that stuff. And again, I haven't checked all the products on Warrior Plus. I don't know. I do know, there's a lot of shady stuff everywhere. I would focus on something that makes sense and something you're going to do for the long term. Can you make sales in 24 hours? Sure. You can make sales right now if you want. There's people buying stuff, hence I can make sales. And if you look at this logically and forget about emotion, emotion's going to make you buy stuff that you don't need. Oh, I'm going to get this, I'm going to get that. That guy had a Lamborghini, this guy did that. But if you look at logic, like, people are buying stuff right now. Right now on Amazon. I think the numbers are like $250,000 a minute, right? That's a lot of money. So right now, while we've been on this call, Amazon has made a crap load of money. A crap load, like literally truckloads of money, probably more than truckloads, all right? And we look at that and we're like, okay, could I somehow get that? Because they're getting it. Right now, every minute, 5 million people are searching Google. Right now, people are watching YouTube videos. Can you make sales right now? Get in front of them. Someone's making sales right now. What are they doing? And if you focus on that, be logic about it. And that's what Blog Profit Network's about. This is logic. You do it. You go out there. You get it. Okay. Swiss Joker, I ranked #1 on Google for some kind of bus simulator. Okay, cool. Good. Get some more rankings. Do something with it. Figure out how to make money. Treasure Island, weight loss program for women after pregnancy can be a niche. It can be, but it's very difficult. And difficult, I mean risky, right? Like, you know, it just got done with pregnancy. Do you really want to be the one giving them advice? Like, here's the deal. You could pick whatever niche you want. Whatever niche you want. And people are picking these niches that are overcomplicated, legally jeopardizing, medically just nightmares, right? I don't like to touch medical niches. And it's like, why? Why? Why would you do that to yourself? Why not just go for a bunch of low competition keywords and drive them to things that make money? Like, my job is to sit here and find keywords all day and say, okay, what can I do? And that's how I build my YouTube. That's how I build my blog. You just find the stuff people are searching for, and there you go. Okay. Marcus, do you know where Ahrefs gets their search volumes from? I don't. I think it's from Google Planner. I don't know, though. Treasure Island. I would say, okay, that's a different one. I retired from affiliate marketing, but kept a few sites that have become outdated. Is it easy to revive the sites with new affiliate links? Sick of retirement. Well, you need to see if the sites are worth anything. What I would do is I would join blogprofitnetwork.com and show me your sites on the call. We'll go through and see if it's even worth keeping them. Because sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's like, yeah, just start over. But if they're getting traffic, they might be worth it. In my family this is from Health Advise, in my family had children and looked online to lose weight. Okay. Yeah, I mean, but still, that's not really, I mean, that can be a reason to pick the niche. But, like, don't pick a niche just because of whatever. Pick it because people are searching for it and there's something deliberate. Okay, Amir Positive Speaker. Hello, I used to be computer programmer in Alco. Now back in my home country, I've researched a lot of people, live problems who needed. Okay, I'm not sure what you're asking, but if you're a computer programmer, that's an awesome niche to be in. Just go through my trigger words and find stuff people are looking for help with. And it's not hard at all. You just do it, and it's like, hey, there we go. We're just going to make it happen, and boom, there we go. Okay, let's see here. What do we got? Do you pay for pay-per-click for each ad group? From Rick. You pay per click. Doesn't matter how many ad groups you have, you're only paying for clicks. So when someone clicks on your ad, you pay. Doesn't matter how many groups you have. Okay, I've lost my butt on those products. I think he's talking about the Warrior thing. I've never made a penny, and once you're on their list, they bomb you with the next big thing. Just a few days later, and it never ends. Avoid. Okay, that's her advice. I don't know. I don't concern myself with Warrior stuff. I found that forum to be kind of a cesspool of bad advice and a bunch of people selling stuff. That's my personal opinion. I'm sure there's good stuff on it. I used to be on it years ago, and I learned some good stuff. But again, you know, you got to be careful out there because not everyone cares about your results. No one cares about the stuff. This is your job. This is your business. And guess what? For $12, no one's going to solve all your problems. It's not going to happen. There is no magic pill. You got to go do the stuff. You got to get out there. You got to focus. Okay. Are there any bad offers on OfferVault? Yeah, lots. What you want to look out for is anything that looks shady, anything that makes a promise. I'm not going to promote something that says cures you of every illness, right? That's obviously a lie. So yeah, there's lots of scammy offers, and it's your job as the affiliate to weed through them. So read them, do some research, maybe test the offer out yourself, use common sense, and then there you go. Alex, when making your blog, would you pay for images or can you recommend a site that allows you to put them on your site free? Well, there's lots of royalty-free image sites that are free. I like to use clipart.com because, I don't know, I like to pay for things apparently. But, there's a peace of mind in, hey, I paid for this, so there you go. Like the little background, that red, blue, spinny thing, I paid for that. Because I'm like, hey, you know what? I want the rights to this. I want to know I have the rights to it. So I pay for it. And it's like $59 a month. And I get a bunch of clips and stuff like that. Sam, hey, Marcus, I'm trying to join an Amazon affiliate program. Can't get past a question. What is your preferred Amazon store ID? Won't let me finish the application. Just make one. Make one up. Be Sam C. There you go. That'll be your affiliate ID. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Thomas, for a person who is wanting to promote products or promote platforms as a complete beginner with no experience, what would you say is the best way to learn to start the proper way to make the first dollar? Subscribe to my channel. Watch my video on niche finding. If you do not start with niche finding, odds are you're gonna fail. You got to start with niche finding. And look at this face. Would this face lie? I don't think so. I look like an idiot. But at any rate, right, that's all good. Okay, I'm exhausted with trying to make money online. This blog will be my last attempt. Well, health advice, you need to be focused. Like when I do stuff, I know if it's going to work or not before I start it. And I know because I look at my barometer. Are people searching? Can I get in front of them? How am I going to make money? And then I make it work. I make it work. And this is the thing. People get distracted. Oh, I'm going to make money blogging. But this guy says the key is to put his picture on Pinterest. Is that the key? Well, you could get traffic with it, but is it the key for you? We don't know. You gotta figure out your niche. You gotta go through it, you gotta look at it, and you gotta really focus and make it work. When I started, people laughed at me. They said, what's your fallback plan? I said, I don't have a damn fallback plan. Well, what if it doesn't work? Oh, it's going to work. Well, how could you be so sure? Because I'm gonna make it work. Here's how I know. Is there a guy making money online? Yeah, there is. There's at least one. So it is possible. There's probably like 10 million, but there's at least one, so it's possible. Okay, what did he do? What did he do? Are there people ranking? Are they making money? What did they do? You make it a must. Problem is, people want everything done for them. They want to buy money. Come to me all the time. Every day on live chat, someone comes on there and says, Marcus, I'm not greedy. I'll pay you $1,000 if you make me something that makes $10,000 a month. And I say, buddy, you can't pay me enough to give you $10,000 a month. You can't buy money at a discount. It does not work, right? Oh, I bought this program for $300 and it promises to do this. I bought this for $12 and it promises to do. No one's going to make you rich but you. No one's going to do the work but you. No one cares but you. Now, you could look at that. You could be like, no one cares. Marcus is there every Tuesday answering questions, but at the end of the day, does he really care? Well, to the extent, right? I'm not going to, go crazy. I'll try to help you as much as possible, but you have to look at this and you have to focus and say, I'm in charge. And this could be liberating or depressing. You could be, oh, no one cares. Or you could be like, hey, no one cares. I'm just going to do what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build a blog post. What if it fails? So what? So you learned how to make a blog post. Make it work. You did the work, make it work. And then you go out there and you do it. But far too many people, they want to make one blog post and make $100,000 overnight. They want to make one video and, win the YouTube awards for the most views. It doesn't work that way, right? Like you look at Mr. Beast, who is one of the most successful YouTubers. Guy makes more money than you'd even imagine. Guy started when he was a kid and he made tons of videos. He just kept making videos. Some of them flopped. Some of them got no views. And he just kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it and said, I'm going to make it work. Now, he's got an empire. He's kicking butt. Why? He did the work and he was willing to adapt. We are trained as a society to go to work and get paid no matter what. I know what it's like. You go to work, you have a bad day, you're lazy, you do nothing, you still get paid. People want to take that to the entrepreneur thing. Entrepreneur doesn't work that way. You got to do the work to get the pay, and then you got to look at what the work did and make it work. right? You want to make a sale, you got to go get a person to sell to. You want to do this stuff, you got to do. Now, it's not hard, right? We're literally typing on keyboards and blogging. Big deal. So someone didn't read my blog post. Big deal. You know how many blog posts I've read written that didn't do anything? You know how many videos I made that, whatever, they didn't do that great? But I take them, and I learn from them, and I build, and I grow. And I guarantee, if you spent 8 hours a day like you do at work doing this, and you really focused, and you really understood it, and you said, I'm gonna learn what worked, and more importantly, I'm gonna learn what doesn't work and why that didn't work. And if you do that, that can work. You look at the keywords. Okay, well, I'm gonna go for one. Most people go in and they're like, I'm gonna rank for make money. Make money. Here we go. I wrote a blog post about make money, and I didn't make money. Well, gee, that's because there's 10 zillion blog posts about make. Well, Marcus, I did a YouTube video about make money. Yeah, really? There's 10 zillion of those too. So what are you going to do? What I'm going to do is I'm going to be focused. I'm going to say, okay, I want low competition stuff. Let's go for a 3. All right? And I'm going to look at what's out there. I'm going to say, okay, well, hey, check it out. I can make a video on how Zoom makes money, how Discord makes money, how make money on Reddit. This is what I did. You say, Marcus, I don't know about that, whatever. You go to Google, you type in how Honey app makes money. How Honey app makes money, right? I did the same thing. This is how I found this keyword. Now, I knew this video would do good. Didn't know it'd do as good as it did. It did better than I thought. Here it is here. This video so far, I made it last year, almost a year, or a little bit over a year ago. 1 year and 1 month. 64,000 views. Targeted to my market. Got me subscribers, got me sales. Look, this is how I found the keyword. It's here. If you look at how Honey makes money or whatever, I think it's under makes money, right? I can make a YouTube channel or a blog about how Robinhood makes money, how YouTube makes money, how Amazon. It's not that hard. The work's done for you. All I got to do is fill in the content. Am I going to go for what job makes the most money? No, that's too competitive. So we got to look at that. Okay? And you got to really, really focus. Okay. In fact, I'm looking to solve live problems right now. Who needed the most? So it doesn't make sense. I have products as well. Don't know what that means. Okay. What free source can be used to check traffic for the blog? I don't know what good one. I mean, there's Alexa. Alexa's always good. You can use SpyFu. I think there's a free version of Uber Suggest. But Alexa's probably, if you want to check traffic, Alexa's probably going to be the best. Okay. Marcus, please have your team send me the info. Go make sure your emails are getting from us. They'll come from pcmoneymaking.com. Just get them on live chat or something and they'll help you. Have you ever tried Pinterest for search for pay-per-click ads? I have not. Marcus, how did you know there was a market for smiley faces? I went here and I typed in smiley face. And then I went here and I typed in emoticon. Boom. There it was. Okay, is there a video training in Simple Sites how to step-by-step run your pay-per-click campaign? Yes, in the Simple Sites course, under traffic, there's an entire pay-per-click section. Is Medium the best free platform to start out blogging as a beginner rather than starting your own website? No, starting your own website is the better way to go. Yeah, always start your own website. All right, guys, any other questions, type them in the box, and blogprofitnetwork.com is open. You could go there and log into the forum, get all the help. You could start watching this stuff right away and then show up on the Tuesday calls. We'll help you with stuff. All you got to do is go to blogprofitnetwork.com. If you like my videos, you're going to love this. Plain and simple. If you don't like my videos, if you're like, Marcus is kind of a weirdo, I don't really want to make money blogging, I hate money, then don't buy this. But if you're ready to do it, ready to do the work, we give you the plugins, we give you the tools, everything. You just go here, click the add to cart, sign up right here, and bada bing, bada bang, you are good to go. You'll get instant logins and everything. Ahmed, can you mention some typical offers on Max Bounty that is likely to be good? You want offers that fit your traffic. Okay, if I was to say this offer is the best, I would be limiting you because I want you to go here and find the traffic. Then, once you find the traffic, find an offer that fits that traffic. That will be the best offer for you. Orlando, hi Marcus, will you make some courses on specific marketing areas like keyword search marketing? I already did. It's in blogprofitnetwork.com. You go there. I got courses all about search marketing, keyword research, all kinds of stuff. Like they're there. Like if you go here, you're going to have plenty to chew on for the next couple of months, probably the next couple of years. I'm adding to this all the time. This is like my file. I just throw everything I think you guys will like in here from trainings I've done. So really cool stuff. All right, guys, any other questions, let me know, and we'll get you rocking and rolling. Blog Profit Network, this was actually closed for 11 years. I used to run this 10 or 11 years ago, and we're opening it back up because I want something inexpensive that you guys can get in to test the waters and start getting results. Chicagoland, what is the turnaround time to receive the high-ticket niches and strategies to use fully done? We usually quote about 6 weeks, usually. Sometimes a little bit longer, sometimes shorter. We're trying to get it shorter, but it's not realized yet, so we're still working on it. All right, any other questions? Type them in the old box there. And by the way, the Blog Profit Network forum is totally interactive, so you can ask questions. You can have, like right here, I think there's an Ask Marcus. You can go in and put your websites and stuff, and we'll help you. Really cool. There's nothing like this on the market where you get personal help each and every week with training. Like, there's nothing like that. All right. If there's no other questions, we'll call it a wrap, but I'm having fun, so if you got more questions, type them in the box. Do you have a training on monetization strategies in Blog Profit? Absolutely. Yeah, that's where I specialize. Like, my strong suit is finding keywords and monetizing them with unique monetization strategies. And it works like crazy, and I do teach it in the Blog Profit Network. All right, guys. Any other questions? Type them in the old box. And then make money blogging. You guys liking the new camera? It's supposed to follow me around places. Yeah, see, it follows me. Hi there. Pretty cool. It's kind of weird looking, though. It's like a robot staring at me. All right, guys. Any other questions? Give you 3 or 4 minutes for questions. Again, you can go over to blogprofitnetwork.com. Sign up. You can go to downloadmynotes.com to get notes. All kinds of stuff. All right, all right. You seem to use a lot of themes that look a bit older than today's web design. Is there a strategy behind it? Yes, they sell. These themes out-convert fancy themes. Like, people always criticize me for my themes, and it's like, I'm not going to screw with what works, right? So my themes, and these themes are actually, like this is a theme that we use. This is on a blog. We give you these themes in Blog Profit Network. If you were using, I don't know what that is. Yeah, I've never heard of that. What is that, Rob? Your camera follows you like money follows me, slowly. It's pretty fast. He's finding me. I have it zoomed in and cropped, so it's a little bit different. All right. And if you guys are new here, make sure you subscribe and click the bell. And, yeah. All right, so I think that's about it for today. I had fun teaching you about blogging. Go to blogprofitnetwork.com if you want to sign up. Check out my other videos. We got like 800 videos here you can watch and learn this stuff. Subscribe, binge watch those videos. We got real world stuff. Everything I teach you is stuff that I've actually used, stuff that I'm currently using, all kinds of things that work to help you make money. And if you focus and you're logical and you focus on what's really happening, then I think you can make this work. So awesome stuff. You can go through and make it work. blogprofitnetwork.com, click the button, sign up, join the forum, get the plugins, get all the stuff, and you're good to go. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next week. And on Friday, we got a new video coming out.